Hi traders, welcome to the week ahead. Trust you've had a good weekend, and I trust that your families are safe and well in these trying times. Let's get right into it. We do know that and understand that this video is only for educational purposes. This video does not express any financial opinions. It just expresses my own personal opinions and does not offer financial advice. By watching this video, you agree not to hold the distributors of this video responsible for any of the ideas and opinions expressed. Trading in the currency market is high risk, and because of the high leverage that is used in trading, you can stand to lose some or all of your money. If you have doubts about trading in this market, you need to go and seek the advice of a professional financial advisor before any investment is made. Right, let's get to it. I want to start off with the dollar index, and last week we just saw the dollar weakening again after the prior couple of weeks to that. You can see how it strengthened and got back up here. And I said last week that if we got up above here in this range and this area held, we could just see a lot of sideways movement, and that could be a place where the US dollar could form a bottom and then begin to strengthen again, because some economists and pundits out there believe that there's going to be strength in the US dollar. I personally believe that there is going to be a weaker US dollar. The new administration is planning to have a huge package come out, a stimulative package, and they're going to spend a lot more money, and I think that you're going to see this US dollar continue its journey down from up here. We definitely haven't had a change in direction. That weekly trend has not broken. You can run your trend line down. Let's just pull that down in here and change the color of this for you guys. But you can see that trend line is still well intact, and I think that we're going to continue to see further weakness in the US dollar. Now, that being said, I'm very bullish still on the Aussie USD, the New Zealand USD, USD CAD and USD Swiss. Pound USD I'm bullish on. Euro USD I'm undecided. With gold on torn, and with silver on torn too, and we'll get get to that later. So let's run through the pairs quickly. Aussie CAD, I'm looking for another move up, and I'm just looking at the weekly chart here because I wanted to bring this into focus again. This inverted head and shoulders, we're past the neckline. Been waiting for a bit of a retest before we get another move up. So let's come down to the daily chart. And just make a few adjustments here. You can see that last week we meandered on down, and it looks like we're turning. If this level here holds at 98, I'm looking for another move up, and I will be. In fact, I've actually put pending orders in just in here. And I will be aiming for here for my first take profit. And this could take 2 weeks to get up here. But that's what I'm looking at, because I think that this is going to be that third push as long as this level holds. Now my stop loss will be under the low of this Friday's candle. Aussie Swiss. It's a little bit behind the Aussie CAD, but looking again for a move up, and without going and spending too much time on it, we do have an inverted head and shoulders here again. If you want to take notice of that, there's the head and there's the right shoulder. We've broken the list. And this was a decent push up, and ideally I would like to come into this level here at around 68 and turn, but if it's going to turn here, that's fine, and we'll just see how this develops in the day. But that's another one I've got my eye on. Aussie JPY, the same deal on the weekly as an inverted head and shoulders. They're all the same, and it's pointing towards a decent move up. It looks like we've got off the ground here. This is the break here of the neckline of that head and shoulders. It came back, retested, and then it got on its way. And over the last couple of weeks, it's just pulled back again. So I'm looking for a break on what wasn't a trade, but I did get stopped out there. And this is where I'm going to be looking to have my pending orders in there, and I'll target that as the first to take profit at 81 and get a break above there. I'll look to add. Aussie New Zealand, it's had a nice little pullback, and if this thing is going to continue higher, it will have to take the high of Friday's candle out. I'm actually going to wait for it to close above here before I look at getting in again. Aussie USD. I am looking for a move up, and I'm going to wait because I want to see, where are we, 80. I actually want to see this area taken out. I'm not that happy with the setup at the moment. I could have got in here earlier in the week last week, but I chose not to. But I'm looking for another move above 78. There's nothing on the CAD pairs, so we're not going to bother. Euro AUD. We talked about this area as being a possible pullback area and a possibility to look for another sell. We'll just have to wait and see how that plays out. Here's the key level here, break below 157. I should see this pair perhaps moving down lower again. But keep an eye on it. Euro CAD, there's nothing there at the moment. It looks juicy. This has been a good signal. I was looking at putting an order in here. I've taken that pending order out. Get rid of that. This here is the level that I'm watching. You can see here that this was the level where price reacted a lot. And so this level has to hold, and then I'm going to look for a bullish candle. I'm prepared to wait for that move. Euro pound just didn't get going. It broke this level here, and I think it might have been Thursday night in London. I got a little move out of here, but it didn't carry on, and it's come back in. And this is starting to look like a really strong area. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll just have to wait and see. This could end up just going sideways, but there's no trade here at the moment. Euro JPY has moved higher, and you can see this was the trade that I got in originally. Fortunately, before it got back, you can see this big candle here, right, and here I had my stop losses at break even, so I didn't lose anything. But again, this could move a bit higher before it comes lower, but I'm still looking for a move south. So if it gets up here and it stays below the backside of this monthly trend line, I'm looking for any opportunity to sell this here. Right now, we just have to sit and wait. Euro ZD, it just looks like it has not been able to get above here and break. Now, possibility is that this is a pullback and this could come up and retest in here. But right now, and sitting on the fence, to me that would have been a signal for me that possibly we're going lower. In the context of the trend, when you see it open here, couldn't even get above the high of that candle, and it closes down below here like this. This is a key signal for me that this is going to go lower. Now, it doesn't mean to say that it won't go up and retest in up here somewhere. But I'm just watching this very closely because I'm looking for an opportunity to sell. Euro USD. We had the pullback, and this was a key area. We might get rid of that. It really does have to break 122 if we're going to go higher. And this could be just a push up here and the pullback. So we'll keep an eye on the US dollar index. If the US dollar index begins to fall out of bed this week, watch this for a possible trade north. Right, let's get into the pound pairs. I'm really liking the possibility of this becoming a possible trade to the north. We'd have to see some strength in the pound. But I'm not holding my breath right now because right in here, around about in there, you can see that it's broken that area. There's a little bit of area where price was reacting. Now, this potentially, technically to me, should start to head north again. And I'm waiting. We'll wait and see what happens in the Frankfurt or London sessions to see if we get any breakthrough there. But right now, it's just sit on your hands, pound caddy, nothing unless I get a break above here. You can see that it's just range back. And, you know, it's just very hard here right now. This range is quite a good range. There's over 200 pips in here, or just on 200. So if it turned around again, and you've got a good bearish signal on maybe an hourly time frame or something, you could possibly attempt to trade it. But bear in mind that right in here is a very important area. Now you can see where price is being reacted quite strongly in one way or the other. So, you know, it might only, if it comes south for a little scalp, it might only come as far as here before it turns in. Pound Swissy. I'm still looking for a move up. And I'm going to see if this area here holds. It's around about 121 I'm looking at. Just in there. And if that area holds, and we get a good bullish signal and a break at this, I will be putting my toe in the water. Pound JPY, just mucking about. This trend line seems to be holding, and we've had a few breaks below the trend line, but it's come back up on the top side. This is a key inflection point right here. Now, if the yen begins to strengthen and we get a break of this trend line, then I'm looking, I've just popped this line in here to show you that that's where I'd be looking to get to go south with a break of the trend line. I'm just somewhere in there. Oops, she's playing up on this thing. Just in there somewhere. Right, pound ZD. Similar story really to the pound AUD. If, I mean, technically it just looks like we've got a double bottom down in here. We've looked like this is a very strong area. We've got to see this get up above here to make a play and maybe test this area up here. If the New Zealand dollar this week begins to strengthen against the US dollar, for example, I'm not too sure what this is going to do, because sometimes there's a correlation between the two. So if the New Zealand US dollar is moving north, often you'll find the pound New Zealand is either going sideways or making a little bit of a move south. Now, it's not always the case, but sometimes there is a correlation there. So keep an eye on that. The pound USD is the one that I'm really interested in. To me, if we take a look at this, you can see that it's at an inflection point. In fact, I'm going to go up to the weekly and have a look. You can see here that there was a bit of a key area in here at around 1.4. Now we've got a, right, it just needs to go up into the, just around there you can see. And that's a very, very key resistance here. Now it's possible that this could be heading up. And if you go back down to the daily chart, what we need to see is this level here hold. And we need to see a bullish signal and a break hold. 138. There's a little bit of movement in there. And right now it's just not, there's about 100 pips into there. So during the Frankfurt or the London, it could offer an opportunity to make a move and test that area. This could just go sideways, but if we see that US dollar dropping significantly, I think we're going to get another move. Go and move. These are the moves that you want. You want to be able to get in at the beginning of this move. You can see this push up and then you pull back and then look. If you had just sat in this, taken 3 positions, for example, and sat in this and rode it up with your third, there's 1,000 pips there. It's not too bad. It's where you make the money, traders. New Zealand CAD. Now, I'm watching this very closely because I do have a pen in one sitting in. Right here, we'll mark that in green for you. And I'm looking to go north again on this pen. It's going to be a really good risk-reward ratio. I've screwed up. There we go. So somewhere in there I'm looking for. It's a real key area. I will bring that down. I've got it down sitting in around there. Just above 0.91500. I'm looking to get in again, and it's a real good low risk reward ratio. I'm only going to be risking 50 odd pips, so to me that's pretty good. New Zealand JPY, nothing at the moment. I wasn't sure about this last week and I never got into this. I was just looking at the strength indicator, but technically there's hints that it's going to go higher, so keep an eye on this. All we need is an engulfing candle and then you could have another look at trading it up towards 76 probably, somewhere up into here. New Zealand USD, well, I'm looking to take this north again and maintain its uptrend, especially if we can see that US dollar weaken a lot further. That'll be really good. So I'm looking for a break. This is the key area up here at 72. Just something in here. Just put this in. $72. Just somewhere in there, it's 72, 200. Looking for a break out of that area. USD CAD, just mucking about. There was the retest after it broke from this level here. It's still holding below this level, which is a level where price was reacting. So all I'm looking for is a decent bearish candle formation. And what do I mean by that? Well, something like this here, how this sort of couldn't get it opened here and closed way low. There was a retest, obviously, and so you can see that there is a level there of support, and all we had to do was put a support line in there and just wait for a break below that support, and we've got a nice little, we've got a nice little move. USD Swissy, very similar, just waiting either for a break of this area here, and if I get a break below here, I would definitely dip my toe in the water. This on Thursday, when I looked at the strength indicator, didn't have a lot of juice in the tank. That could have been quite a, you could have had a pending order just under here, but there wasn't enough juice in the tank for me to risk it. This could go sideways for a few days, so very tricky at the moment, but definitely a break below this area would have me going in again, just very light, and we'll see if we can break this low here, and then I would look to add further. USD JPY, again, just looking that this 104 is a massive key area, and any break below here I will try again. I dipped my toe in the water back up here a couple of weeks ago, and had a few nickels and dimes, but got stopped out again. It didn't really get going. We'll just have to wait and see. Any further significant weakness in the US dollar would have me going south quite confidently. Okay, let's go and have a look at gold and silver. This is becoming a key area here where prices reacting. Any break above here will have me dipping my toe in the water again, and any break below here I would be putting my toe in the water as well. So this could just continue to go sideways for quite some time, but this is the key area here. Keep an eye on it, and right now it's just a time for sitting on your hands. Silver, very similar. There's the peak area, and I don't want to try to buy it unless it breaks out. I would buy it try buying it from down in here if you've got a bounce off 24 again. A break of that area, it's going to have me putting my toe in the water and seeing if we can retest this area down here. So there you have it. Look after your capital. Don't chase the market. Wait for the trades to come to you. And remember that the big one is there's two big ones. Protect your capital, because without it you can't trade. And then stick very, very strictly to your money management. Cheers. We'll see you in the chat room.